Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Novel Reviews, episode 41. This is the second take I'm doing this video because the first one would not save properly at all, so I have to redo it. Okay? This one will do another R.L. Stine book, Party Games, a Fear Street novel. This is the first book ever released for a Fear Street novel series, and I gotta admit, this was actually really good. Despite the fact it has the same setup as the book The Party, which is an old Fear Street book from the original Fear Street series that I published from 1989 to about, I think it stopped in 2000, I believe it was. I have to check on Wikipedia about that. But it's, what's the setup for this one? Brandon Fear, who is actually, he's not the main character, he's one of the primary characters, but the main character name is Rachel. She gets invited to a party on Fear Island, which is in the middle of Fear Lake. And it's happening at this summer home, and it's owned by a guy named Brandon Fear, a member of the famous Fear family that gets frequently referenced in the Fear Street novels, though this is actually the second time I've actually seen it. This is actually one of two books I've actually read for these 8 Fear Street novel series that actually feature somebody from the Fear family as one of the characters in the book. Now, as for what the Fear family does, I have no idea. Apparently, they're a wealthy family in Sunnyside. Yes, that's seriously named the town, Sunnyside. The Fear Street name itself, Fear Street, the actual street itself does not make a physical appearance in the book at all. It's not even referenced at all. Despite the fact it is one of the Fear Street books, it's set near Fear Street, which is aka near on Fear Street Lake. I mean, the party is simply like, oh, some people like to play games. Like the books are party games, like play games, like having people apparently die and scaring people about it. Yeah, it's okay. It gave everybody heart attacks. No one actually on the joke. And then about halfway through the novel, it turns to a kidnapping story. It's like, okay, Stine just like, excuse me, he just probably threw it in because he felt like it. Now, Fear Street books do deal with stuff that's not supernatural based. And this one actually is a good case of this. Fear Street novels don't usually do this very much because a lot of the time they love to do supernatural stuff. This one has like zero supernatural stuff, like no spells, nothing. On the occasion you might find a book like this, it's basically the whole point of the series is to basically have the characters get scared over something. Yeah, this one, it's people getting frightened over being kidnapped. Basically, just two of the characters, basically Rachel and Brandon Fear, they get held hostage by an ex-employee of Brandon Fear's father, Oliver Fear, and he's referenced a couple times in the second half of the book, though he's never actually made a physical appearance. And apparently the guys are, and these kidnappers, apparently there's a small group of them, and they want to kidnap Brandon Fear, hold him hostage for millions of dollars, because the guy who's leading the group basically says that Oliver Fear cost him, ruined his life. Apparently he got fired from him. He worked for accounting. Apparently he made some mistakes in accounting. As for what these mistakes are, never explained. Though he gets defeated at the end, and he gets arrested, and he gets to go to prison. His son, who tries to stop him, despite the fact he was actually at the island, he does not get charged or anything. He actually gets charges dismissed against him. And also I should point out that Rachel, the main character of the book, basically has a crush on Brandon Fear, referenced a few times, but they eventually get together at the end. And it has a nice ending to it. It's not one of those twist endings that normally Fear Street novels would be associated with. This is more of a happy ending. It's like, you don't believe all those stories that they say about my family. It's a sweet way for the book to end, not just have just some jaw-dropping moment at the end. And it's a pretty neat ending. I'm going to give this book an 8.5 out of 10. The only reason why I take a half point off, I normally give this a 9, but the only reason I take a half point off because it's a retread of an old Fear Street novel, but yeah, a good Fear Street novel, to say the least. 8.5 out of 10. Great book. Highly recommended to R.R. Stine fans. If you've never read Fear Street before, start with these new books, then go to the old ones. Finding the old ones probably tough. I found this at the library. The library may have some of the older books, but the only place you can find those books nowadays, excuse me, is going to like used bookstores. That's probably the only place you actually can buy the old Fear Street novels. If you're really lucky, you might find them. The books themselves are only about this thin. Yeah, they're not very long. This book is longer than the normal Fear Street books. It's about this length. But basically, the Fear Street novels themselves are half this length. Yes, all the old ones are basically like that. Some might reach 200 pages, but generally each book is around 150 pages apiece. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which episode 42. I don't know what I'm going to do for that one yet, but I'll find something when I get to it. Okay, until then, I will see you there. Bye.